Can I steal you for a
Can I
minute?
steal you for a minute?
Can I steal you for a minute?
Welcome to Can I Steal You for a Minute, the reality dating recap podcast. My name is Indra Raj.
And I'm Mary Bianco.
And it's time for another episode. And it's a light week. All we have to cover is the end of Love Overboard.
Yeah.
And whatever other stuff we want to talk about. The Summer House saga goes on.
Continues.
I've heard about some new shows that might include Bella from Love Overboard.
No way.
Okay, so this was one of those, like, I'm scrolling on Instagram and this thing pops up and I'm like, what is this? It looks like it's another Unwell production.
Okay.
But there's interesting, it's like a reality show. So unclear if it's like a competition show or like what was that show on MTV back in the day? In the House.
The Surreal Life or Real World?
Real World. Like Real World style, just like people. But so Bella was on this list. Maria.
Ooh.
Who I had totally forgotten about.
I know. Good for her. She just kind of drifted away.
She did, which is interesting because she was such a huge sensation after that season. It's kind of like incredible that, I guess it was like I hadn't seen her face or thought about her in a long time. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then there was like Joe, one of the husbands from Real Housewives of New Jersey. He like the one that went like to jail? Joe Rogan, but he's not.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Did he go to jail?
Yeah, but
or is that a
probably
different
he's
jail?
out and can be on the show. I don't know. It may have been a total like fake something. But at this point, I'm like, it seems like that network is just trying to churn out as much content in the reality TV space as they can to see what sticks.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
If you have unlimited money, like, might as well, like, see what happens. Because her husband is a producer also. So I think they just kind of together have just been cranking out content.
And, like, this is when I want to just like turn off my phone and throw it out the window. It's like, then on my feed I'm seeing all this stuff about like Alex Cooper and Alex Earl beefing with each other, which was when I realized that they literally look like the same person.
Yep. They look like the same person. I've caught like some of this. I know it's like just blondes everywhere. I've caught some of it, but it's like I guess they're like Alex Earl had a show on the Unwell Network.
Okay.
And it ended very abruptly on the Unwell Network. I don't know what happened and then Alex Earl was liking posts shading Alex Cooper and
right. And like Alex Cooper is now like, everyone's like, oh, she's so mean to her friends. And this happened with like Sophia on Call Her Daddy, and now it's happening with her, and it's happened with all these other people, and someone should expose her. It's like, who cares? Like, come on, everybody.
Like, let's let women be. Like, we're not the biggest Alex Cooper fans, but like, can women just live for a second?
I
like,
know.
Isn't she allowed to make business decisions? Like, women aren't allowed to like cut ties with people for business reasons. We have to like be a good friend despite it all. And it's like, men don't have to do that. Let her just, it's worked out for her. Let her just do it. I still want to hear from Sophia, but like, who cares?
That's the only thing I want to hear about because like that is like a very real thing with real consequences. Yeah. That's like, Sophia's got to have some feelings about that. But it's like Alex Earl, I could care less about, like even less than I care about Alex Cooper. So. It's just, this is all just like popping up on my stupid social media feed. I don't care about it. But Unwell does produce Love Overboard, which is probably why, if the rumors are true about this show that I saw, why Bella would be on it, because she is in that world now.
They saw her star potential and they were like, we're going to use you for something else. I'm like,
yeah, like definitely. Like I started out disliking Bella and doing a total 180 and being like, I want this woman to stay for the whole thing, even though she's definitely not finding love.
Because she's actually hilarious. Like, her whole bit was so funny. I've never met anyone like her, and that's why I watch reality TV, is to see people that I would never get to know in real life. Like, I loved it. Yeah.
We're covering the final 3 episodes of Love Overboard, which, now that I finished the show, like, it was not a perfect show, but great times.
Great time, and it just gave me such insight into how dumb so many people are. Like, the way the voting was going, I was like, oh, there's a whole other group of people who are just, like, stupid.
Yeah. I mean, that exact same thing occurred to me during the, like, final thing. I mean, the way that, I already forgot her name. Sade was like couldn't figure out how to say a word. I can't remember what the word is now, but it was just like she was just like short circuiting, and it was not like a difficult word. It was like, why are you trying to use this word? Oh, reprehensible was the word, but she kept saying rehab.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, okay. Like, all right, here's one thing. And then Lo read this letter to David and Val, and it was so poorly written and just didn't make any sense. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
These people are not the brightest tools in the shed.
No.
Sharpest tools in the shed. But who cares? They're hot and here to cause drama. And like, I mean, we're skipping ahead to the end, but like in this final vote, which by the way, there were too many final votes. Like there were too many opportunities at the end for the couples to have to like defend why they should be there all in a row. It's like, well, we just heard from this couple about why they deserve to be here.
And it's like forcing them to pair up to be able to stay. It's like, it should have just been, if you are not in a couple, you have to leave right now. Like, it shouldn't be like, well, and I actually felt like with Andrew and Anna, I was like, I feel like they can stay because they formed a real friendship. Like, more than like, I think they deserved it more than Val and David. To stick around because, they were friends and they actually respect each other, which was something that was like very much missing on this show with everybody.
Yes.
And the reasoning for voting people off, like when David said that the reason he was going to vote Tim and Gia off was because they haven't had sex yet. They've been on the boat for 2 weeks. It's like, okay, so you're dumb. You like equate knowing each other with like knowing each other in the biblical sense of the word. Like, you don't know these women better because you've had sex with both of them. Like, you actually don't know anything about them because you're a love bomber sicko.
Oh my God. Like, David is so comfortable with lying. It's kind of scary, actually. Yeah. He will literally say whatever he needs to say to get by with no remorse. Like, it really hit me in the part, like, right before the end where him and Val are in the gym together actually working out. And Val gets kind of vulnerable with him. And for, like, who knows? I mean, I was going to say who knows why, but I think it's because David is so good at lying and making her pretend like he really is interested in her that she, like, really believed it. I think she was also, like, behaving in ways that I don't love for women in general, but like, she was kind of pouring her out to him and like started crying and like, really leaned in on him physically, and he's just like, he goes, I got you, I see you. And I'm just like, that is so, don't just like throw that type of thing around. Like, saying you see someone is like sort of a played out phrase at this point, but it is like in a romantic context, like can be very meaningful and romantic and important for someone to hear and feel safe. Yeah. And just knowing that he's totally not in this and he's just saying it to like be the good guy in that moment is so gross to me. I just hated that.
I think this is like, it's like always like a sexist timing when it comes up, but like the phrase like you lose them how you get them, and it's like, so Val, you didn't know when everything happened in the spa that he made Lo his girlfriend, but after you found that out, do you maybe want to look critically at how he's now treating you, and don't say I love you to him? If you don't want better for yourself, then like you can't, then it is what it is right now. And like same thing with Lo, like to the very end she was like, you know, David didn't actually pick Val, he just chose not to face me and apologize for what he did. And it's like, that's not really what happened. He wanted to, this is vulgar, but he wanted to come, and it happened with one person and it didn't happen with you, so he dumped you from the plank. He doesn't even really care about
It was wild hearing him describe to her why he did it, though.
Yeah.
Why he
Oh my
waited
God.
45 minutes. He was like, I needed it to settle in. I wanted it to settle in for her that this was going to be happening. And
it
it's
can
like,
settle in the
bro.
water, my guy. Just drop her. It'll settle in real fast.
She knew when she started crying at minute 15,
Yeah.
which was already too long. Like, you should have just put her out of her misery. Like, I actually think it could have been better for you if you had not waited that long,
If
because
you dropped
that
her
was
within
so
the first
cruel.
minute, that was so upsetting.
Yes.
And just selfish. Like that's just what he is. He's just a selfish person. Like he's just, I don't know. And the way that people jump through hoops still to defend him, like Bo being like, I voted for David and Val to win because it takes a really strong relationship to get through what they got through. It's like, aka David cheating on his girlfriend with her. That's not like an actual thing that we can be like proud of them for surviving.
No, absolutely not. Oh, Eden, does she need a moment?
No, she's just talking.
She's just talking. She's just
But it
talking.
does sound
It's
like
hard
she's
for me.
upset.
Yeah. It's like a baby noise through the microphone from far
Yeah.
away. So it's unclear if it's like a real cry or just talking, which
She's
is
just talking. I know.
Okay, so some other things we need to discuss from these final episodes. I think we really just need to talk about, I mean, everything we said about Keith last time was just amplified by a million during these final episodes.
Just the delusion on Keith. My guy, you're a police officer. You do not make enough money for your wife to stay at home with your children.
I didn't even like think about that. I was like, everything else you said was so crazy that like that's the last thing on my mind.
It's just like, oh yeah, my wife will be home. Like no daycare, no nanny. Like I like the, you know, and she's like, I like to work. I want to work. He's like, no, I want a wife at home. It's like, guys, like they want the wife at home, but they don't want to like actually work to make that happen.
No, I mean, that conversation was so wild. He's saying, I want a woman to be at home taking care of my kids, to which Delaney replies, I actually really like working and wouldn't want to give that up. I think it's fun and I would want to keep doing that. And he says, I just want the woman to be at home with my kids. He like doubles down on it. I'm like, Keith, in what world do you think this is working for you two? Like these are big life like decisions, ways of being that you fundamentally do not agree on.
And it's like, he's like, oh, I'm a pretty traditional guy. I don't know. The way you straddled Delaney felt pretty much like a role reversal. I was like, why is your butt popped out like that? I was just like, what is going on? I wish I didn't have to see
Gabby
that.
Being like, now we get to watch Keith straddle Delaney. It's like, she is like, he's so toxic and he's so unyielding at the age of 23.
It's scary.
Like, I loved Delaney's friend who was just
I
like,
know.
This guy is not it. Like, he's not your type. Like, no offense to police officers, but like, that's not your vibe. Like, what are you doing, Delaney?
She
basically?
was almost like, I'm going to let you tell me why this is wrong. Like, she was like, I'm going to let you say why this is incorrect. Because Delaney was like already thinking it. It's like, I also thought, oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I thought it was so funny they only brought people for the girls. It's like, so they're just admitting that the guys suck and the girls need to be talked out of these relationships.
Which is a trend, truly, because I do want to talk about, well, So after this week, we are going to be covering Temptation Island, which just dropped all of season 2 on Netflix.
Netflix, can you not just
but
space
it's like,
it out?
I know, but and we will not be covering the whole thing by next week. But
No.
I did dip into the first 10 minutes of it, and it's like they introduce all the couples, and of course, like the majority of them, the man in the heterosexual relationship has cheated or has problems with being faithful, and that's what they're really combating. And it's like on that show, on this show, it's like, oh my God, we are in 2026. Like, really?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this the only story we have out there? Like,
Is that men are just like awful? Like,
oh my
is that all
God.
we get? Yeah.
And it's like Keith, who's maybe the most like loyal or like not loyal. What's the right word? Would probably be the most faithful, I think, in a relationship, is so toxic in literally every other way that it just like totally defeats whatever good would come from that, from his personality and way of being.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, it's that hair texture on blonde men. You just can't trust it. Can't trust it.
You can't trust it. You can't trust, oh, God. I mean, and I just have to say, like, Delaney knew all this from the start.
She just wanted to stay.
She just wanted to stay and get more screen time, and she got it, but and she managed to not have to get dropped off of a plank too. That's probably the real reason why she cut it off early.
Yeah.
She's like, I know where this is going, and I don't want to like be humiliated. So here we go.
Yeah, I mean, getting to quit was so nice in that moment. Like, instead of dragging it out.
Obviously, they didn't last. I'm looking at this E! News article about where people are now.
So I saw a rumor that we're getting a reunion. I couldn't find anything to validate that.
Oh, well, they definitely, like, someone, even a cast person, like, mentioned it on the boat.
Okay,
David said something?
Yeah, like, see you at the reunion. It's like, the reunion's not going to be good for you, my guy.
No, like, you want to be there? Probably not.
Probably not. You could barely handle the confrontation on the show, and now they've all seen it. Like,
yeah,
it's not going to work out.
So Gia and Tim are seemingly still together.
I've seen their content together. They're making videos and stuff.
And I guess they haven't actually gone on the trip yet. So all that like footage they showed at the end was just like from Europe, which you could tell it was like all in Italy.
Oh, I thought that they were just like, this is the trip.
No, that's what I thought too, but I think they were trying to make it seem like that, but it was really just shots from like Italy and some France, I think.
Oh, that's funny.
If it's truly an around the world trip, like you got to get out of Europe. So,
but you never know.
Yeah. Anyway, I support them. I still don't really trust him. I just don't.
No.
I think Gia is as loyal as they come.
Yeah.
Gia's
I loved
twin
her
brother.
Oh my God, what a star. I was just about to say I loved him. I want a gay twin brother.
Like they were so cute together. Like,
yeah,
it was such a joy seeing him show up for her, and I think he asked him really thoughtful questions, and I think he like was thoughtful with Gia too. And
even like what Tim said about him was really sweet. He was like, I need this to go well because he's everything to Gia. Like he just recognized how important her brother is to her, and I was just like, oh my God, this is the best way it could work out. Like, you have a twin brother, but he's gay, and you could just talk about everything together. That's so nice.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Gia's like so alarmingly beautiful.
Yeah.
That, like, maybe she will be able to like mend Tim of his ways, but it's like he's been a player for 8 years.
Yeah.
Like he called himself a fuckboy at the beginning of the season. Like, I'm gonna hope that he really has overcome that with Gia. Like, I think if there's anyone who's going to do that for him, it's probably her.
Yeah.
And they have a real shot because they live 8 minutes away from each other in LA, apparently.
Yeah, I think that that's the only way that this can work because Lexi and James, who are another strong couple, have broken up because they live across the country from each other. Right.
Where does James live?
I don't know. Maybe like Miami or something.
Okay, and Lexi lives in LA.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm all the way in Florida. He's in California.
Oh,
okay. So other way around.
Yeah.
It was difficult being on different sides of the country, so we didn't continue our journey. It was just a distance issue. that makes me a little sad. I did think that they were so cute together.
I did think they were so cute together, but I think she also like, oh, you dropped your big key, so it's gone now. I did also think she was in a little bit of denial about how he could be immature because, you know, they were playing Truth or Dare, or they were playing Spin the Bottle, and like I guess girls could get, you know, selected to kiss, and he was like cheering for it because pervy men always do. And she was so surprised, and I'm like, he's the one who shouted out that he was horny on the first day. Like, just because he's had sweetie pie moments with you doesn't mean he stops being a clown. Like, he's still kind of like this goofy, horny guy who's young and is just like, oh my god, girl on girl, that's fucking crazy. And then, like, to get back at him, she makes out Gia. It's like, well, maybe that's not the foundation for a good relationship.
Yeah, you could definitely see how things could turn, like, toxic with them really quickly. Mm-hmm. I do think they really cared about each other. Yeah. And, I mean, he's immature. She's immature. Like, yeah, for sure. They're not ready for anything real. Like, if I'm actually looking, like, who are the most mature people on this boat, it's definitely Tim and Gia. And which is probably why they won. Like, they are maybe the two who are, like, actually serious about going the distance. But speaking of immature, and what's her name, Christine, and that guy, Jake. Christine and Jake are still together.
No way. I loved how they like clearly wanted to do a flip off the plank, but the producers like saw that they were going to try to do their own thing and just dropped them. Like they were like, we're gonna go out our own way, and they were like, okay, drop.
Yeah, they're like, bye.
Bye.
This article says they're still together by sharing PDA pics from filming in a joint Instagram post in April. So, you know, enough people did keep them around despite everything. Like, it could be one of those lightning in a bottle situations. And, you know, it's probably not going to work out long term. But they were actually interested in each other, which is kind of rare for such a quick go around, I guess.
I think they were weird in the same way. Like, they just kind of, like, their communication style was just, like, a little bit off. But they made sense to each other. And so I was just like, you know what? They deserve to be there more than David and Val. I'll just say it. That everyone deserved to be there more than David and Val. Even Reese and Sophia, who said, you don't need time or connection to stay on this boat. It's like, well, that's actually the two things that you do need.
Karai and Leela are still together.
I'm not surprised by that. I think that they really they got along really well on the boat.
You know, I am surprised. I just thought that was like a convenience thing for both of them. But I guess I wasn't paying close enough attention. And Karai says, we didn't win the 100K, but you know what? We won each other. So
fine.
That's interesting.
Fine.
David and Val, broken up. Biggest shocker of my life.
Yeah, duh. If that made it off, if he talked to her once after getting off the boat, I would be surprised.
He just like so clearly did not give two shits about her and doesn't give two shits about anybody.
No.
So like, no. I mean, the person who wrote like David's gonna ghost Val immediately after this was absolutely right. And like, it's just ridiculous. Like that. It's so obvious that that's how he would be. It's just like, why are we even wasting our time with him?
Why are we pretending like he's not a good guy? And that's okay. Not everybody has to be a good guy, but we don't have to like, you know, act like he is all the time.
No, I mean, but he is so good at convincing women. I mean, Lo in that final whatever, she was like kind of trying to convince him to get back together with her.
Yeah, she's not fully over it. I wouldn't be surprised if they've hooked up.
Probably. Although, I mean, if the physical thing was such an issue, like, I don't know. I mean,
true.
Also, like, David, I thought was very good looking at the beginning of the show. And as it went on and his personality was just, like, so bad, I'm like, he's, like, gross to me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. But Gabby had some great lines.
Oh, my God. When she said,
she was like, are your assholes clenched enough?
She goes, Keith and Delaney were an unlikely match to begin with, and nothing has changed. And then when she said, She goes, we can let people from the beach club match up with each other because 2 losers might make a winner.
So good. Like, how do we get more Gabby on our screens? Like,
I don't know. Like, do you think they'll do this again?
if they don't, I would understand if they didn't do it again. If they did it again, they would need to make some tweaks. Like, the end was pretty boring, I have to say.
Yeah, it's like, how do you stop a show like this from petering out? Like, it was satisfying to see David be dropped because I think at some point he thought that he had it, and he was legitimately surprised when he got dropped. So that was satisfying, but I don't know.
There was just like a little too much talking towards the end.
So much talking.
Like, normally I like talking, but not with these people who are like very not intelligent. Like,
there was no substance to what they were talking about. It made no sense.
No, it was all just like the same thing over and over again. This is why we should be with each other. This is why we should be each other. This is why these people shouldn't be together. It was kind of like a waste. Like, they could have wrapped the whole thing up easily in 7 episodes instead of 9.
Yeah.
That all said, I mean, it was such a delightful watch. If they did another season, I would not be mad about it.
No, I would definitely watch, especially if Gabby's back. Like, I think some people didn't get that her like ditzy thing is a bit. I'm like,
yeah,
no, she's extremely smart. That's just her voice, and she was just playing it up for this show, and it matched the tone of the show perfectly.
And I've never actually listened to her podcast. Like, maybe I should try it. But I get clips of it all the time in my social media. And I sent you one the other day where she's just like, this is the man that everyone's freaking out about. And it was about West. And I was like, Gabby, you and me, girl. Nobody understands why this man.
She was like, I would rather pry my eyes out with splintered chopsticks than hop on a Teams meeting. I'm like, yes. It's exactly how I feel all day long.
So updates in Scamanda, if that's what we're calling it. It's the easiest thing. It rolls off the tongue.
It really does.
It's a little unfair because, like, I don't really think Amanda's the only person to blame here, but she's not helping herself out.
The apology to be like, I'm going to be out because I have to keep living my life because you want to go bar hopping with West. It's like, oh my God, stay inside if those are the plans.
Yeah, she's like, I've apologized to the people who I need to apologize to. It's like, dude, whatever. Like, it would have been better if you had just gone out and not said anything. Like,
yeah, people are going to take pictures of you out, but no one's thinking like, well, she apologized before she came here, so it's actually pretty cool. It's like, people are going to be pissed no matter what. Like, get a crisis PR team, guys. Like, I'm begging you. You couldn't be handling this worse. Like, get someone who knows what they're doing to write these statements. Stop just getting on your phone and word vomiting. Like, it's not helping.
Also, like, leave New York City for a little while. Like,
yeah.
Go somewhere else. Like, go home to New Jersey or wherever you're from and just hide out for a couple months. Like, do not be. So now there's this whole night where her and West go to like 3 bars or like 2 bars and a restaurant, and they're photographed at all of them. She's like literally wearing that striped sweater that everyone's talking about, like over her head, like totally knowing people will know who she is. She's playing into it, and so is West. And then they went to a movie. And
they went to my favorite movie theater in Kips Bay. I'm like, well, now that's my spot. Great. That's where I go to my, well, I guess not anymore because I don't live in the city, but that was where I went to my movies. Like,
yeah.
Leave it alone.
It's just like, and then everyone's like speculating about this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, can they please film the reunion and air it, please? Like, we just need to see it. How much longer is the season?
I don't know, because I think we just had episode 10. So there's probably only 2 or 3 more episodes left.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's August yet in the season. I don't know, but it's unfortunate. It's making this season hard to watch, and the new people that have joined are like putting up a really good season. Like they got this new batch of people that are all like really endearing without being like chaotic for no reason, and like having tough conversations and being very vulnerable and like interacting with each other and forming real friendships. and you can't even enjoy it and they won't get to do it next summer. Like, there's no way that Summer House happens again. Or if it happens, it's going to be bad.
I keep hearing about this Summer House, the Ozarks version of the show that they're going to do. It's like an offshoot season with like cast people from Summer House, but also like maybe Martha's Vineyard and maybe some other shows. I don't know, but like Amanda and West are supposed to be on it. The whole thing is just like, I kind of just want it to be over at this point. I just want them to be on the reunion, say what they need to say, and like just be done with it.
Yeah.
Because all the speculation is just like, okay, great. You know, they're out and about.
And I don't want it to be like they get on, then they don't confirm the timeline. Like, if you're going to be on, just be honest. Like, just actually say when you started hooking up and just, like, let them get through the timeline and don't, like, coddle them, Andy. Like,
right.
They need the moment, and Kyle should also be talked to about how he talked to Amanda. Like, I don't want that part to go away. But, you know, Sierra's so far above this show again already. Like, she's on red carpets this week. And do you watch Euphoria?
Yes. I watched the first episode.
So many thoughts. But she basically said, you know, she's interviewing Sydney Sweeney, whose character hooked up with her best friend's boyfriend. And she said, well, you know, I feel like you got to get married, make it worth it. And she looks dead to camera. So Sierra is playing chess while the rest of us are playing checkers, people.
Yeah, like she definitely does not need that or Bravo or anything anymore. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
The thing it always comes back to is like, was this worth it for Rihanna to unfollow you? Was this worth it?
It's not worth it. And Mia, one of the new cast members, posted a picture with Rihanna, and the caption was a much needed Kiki.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, Rihanna talked shit about Amanda to Mia. I can't wait. Isn't that incredible?
What I would give to have a recording of that conversation.
I want to know Rihanna's thoughts on everything, but we need them now more than ever.
I know, like, can we get Rihanna in the space the unfortunate space that Michael Rappaport has taken up in Bravo as a regular contributor to Watch What Happens Live, like this unlikely supporter of Bravo shows and like obsessed with all of them and watches all of them. I'm like, can we get Rihanna up in here and like
I want like a buddy comedy with Rihanna and Jennifer Lawrence, and part of their press they have to go and watch What Happens Live and just share their thoughts, because
oh my gosh,
I'm dying to know how Jennifer Lawrence feels about this whole thing too.
Oh my God. You know what? Yes. I
Let's
forgot
rate the
that
movie.
Jennifer Lawrence is also a big fan.
Oh yeah, big fan.
Oh, I haven't listened to Lost Culture lately. Have they been talking about it?
No, and they talked about it like briefly to just be like, we, you know, have met Kyle and Amanda and we've hung out with them and we thought they were great, but that just like reminds us that we only get a glimpse of their life together. But they haven't really commented on this, I think, because they are friends with Amanda and Kyle, and so they're not really commenting on what's going on. But like, as Tina Fey said to them, authenticity is expensive, and yeah. So
anyway, well, enough about that. So we are going to be talking about Temptation Island as our next show, and I don't think there's anything else that we're going to be covering until, I mean, something else will pop up. I'm confident of that. But the summer is almost upon us. Love Island USA starts in the beginning of June.
I can't believe we're back here already.
I mean, like, and once that gets going, like, that's it. We don't need any other content, but there's going to be like 5 other seasons of other shows. Like, there'll be another Love is Blind UK. There's going to be Love Island UK again. Like, the summer is insane, actually.
Yeah. No, it's actually going to get crazy, and like I have to go back to work, so we'll just have to see how this all works out.
We'll have to see. This is a transitional period, and also like everybody, Mary's maternity leave is ending in less than 2 weeks, and that's a big fucking deal.
It's a big deal. I'm just like, I'm struggling with it. I've had the best time being home with Ida, and she's just the best baby, and she's taking a nap on me right now, and it's just like the best thing ever. Like her little hand. She's just the best, and I know that daycare will be good for her, but it just is like hard to think that we're not just gonna be like her taking a nap on me for 2 hours and I can just like watch TV and hang out with her. Like this was such a good brain reset for me because I've been so go since I graduated from college, and I think that it was like very necessary. Even though it was difficult taking care of a baby, it just was like very healing for a burnout I was having from work. And which is crazy that, that having a baby and being on mat leave was like less burnout than my job, but it was definitely came at the right time for me.
I have talked to so many moms who say the same thing. Unfortunately, I think it's like, I think it says something larger about like work culture in this country, and perhaps how we treat people who devote such a huge part of their lives to what they're working on, and how we can be, I don't know, just like nicer to them.
Yeah, maybe.
And treat them like people, and
that would be nice.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's like, it is also just, it's just such a wild transition into motherhood. Like I also think it's such a wild card, and a lot of women think it's going to be one way and then it's totally different, and sometimes it's exactly what you thought and sometimes it's really not. So yeah, everyone has a different journey with it.
I could like cry talking about it. It was just even better than I thought. Like I never even imagined it would be like this, and I just was so happy. Even when I was like really stressed, just so happy every day, just being like going to the baby like, what do you want to do today? And like just doing what we wanted. And like when I walk into a room, she smiles at me, and it's just like it just is the best thing in the world. Like 10 out of 10. If you want to have a baby, do it.
Yeah. That is so wonderful to hear, Mary.
Yeah.
And like, what a gift to have this time with her. And whatever happens next, like just having that is like a gift. So
yeah, because it's wonderful. Like, I'll probably go on maternity leave again, but it'll never be like just one. Like the next one's going to be insane because she'll probably be a toddler. So like it'll never be like this peaceful again. So I just was like cherishing all the time that we had, and just one-on-one with her all day. It was just so nice.
Yeah, I love that you were able to like drop into that and really like take it in for all that it is. Because I think I really struggled with that in my maternity times. I was so grieving the loss of my former life during that time. Like that was so central for me that I look back on it and I wish I'd been able to be a little bit more whatever. But I mean, for sure, hormones and like PPD.
Yeah, I mean, if you had asked me like at week 12, I'd be like, "Oh my god!"
Like, no, I remember. We recorded once, and you were talking about like what you reported at your doctor's appointment.
Yeah. Oh my god! And they were like, "Hey, you're depressed." And I was like, "Oh, whoops."
Yeah, but isn't that so wild? Like the human experience is so crazy in such a short span of time, relatively. So many emotions, so many things.
I think it's like literally the shift with the baby was just like her reacting to me as a person. Like I think that really started to like abate a lot of the anxiety, was that like she wasn't just smiling because she's like farting. She's like smiling because she sees me and like loves being around me. And that's like so much validation, because before that you're like, oh, are you okay? Like, do you hate me?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is happening? Am I doing this right? Like, all the things.
Yeah, like I was
so wild.
I was talking to my sister-in-law, and I was like, what was the biggest transition from 1 to 2? Like, what was that like? And she was like, 1 to 2 is amazing because you have the confidence of being a second-time parent. She's like, that changed everything for me. It was just like, being a second-time parent makes everything so much easier. And I was like, oh, that's so nice, because you already feel at a few months in, you feel so much more confident than the beginning. But I can't even imagine, like, once you have a toddler that's still alive, you're probably like, I'm on top of the freaking world. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like, just like second time you do anything, it gets easier in terms of like knowing what to expect and stuff like that. I think everyone also thinks about this differently too, but like just the mechanics of having 2 children felt difficult for me.
Oh, yeah.
And still
for
does.
sure. Yeah. Because it's like you think you get it down and then
versus one.
you think you get it down and then they like do 2 different things on the same day. And like you can only be so many places at once. It's like, I can't even imagine.
I mean, truly though, I think it's also like having physical, like very physically active toddler boys is like,
oh my gosh,
its own special thing.
Yeah.
Like I can't pick up Lex without him like pushing his feet fully onto my chest and like squirreling around. I'm like, I am going to drop you. Like,
yeah, and I'm not going to even feel that bad because you did it.
Like, please be careful.
Even like now, she's starting to like, I'll like prop her up to feed her and she'll just take a dive off of my legs. And I'm like, oh my God. Like,
I know. It's like they made those babies' heads soft for a reason.
Oh my God, I know, but so heavy. She's like, Ethan always says she's a watermelon on a toothpick.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, so that is all to say that there's big changes happening in Mary's life and schedule and things. So we'll just kind of take it as we can. Yeah. And we'll keep you updated on how we progress. But yeah, it actually is nice to have had a lighter load of shows recently.
Yeah. Our brain was
and
very
less
clear.
To cover. So
it was really nice.
Yeah. Temptation Island is next on Netflix now. The whole season 2 is up. So
oh boy.
I do Mark I seriously only watched the first 10 minutes of the first episode, and Mark is already like getting into it with couples and like how they really feel about things and whether they're really feeling this way or that way. And I'm like, damn, Mark, here we are.
Well, I hope he was like emboldened from the positive feedback he got last time from like really holding the couples to task. And so like if he could do it even more, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So anyway, that's it from us. Thank you all so much for listening. Yeah. And we'll be with you next week.
Yes.
And that's it. Okay.
Yay.
Cheers,
lovebirds. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Can I Steal You for a Minute? Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you like the show, please leave a rating and review. Follow us on social media at Can I Steal You for a Minute Pod, and support the show through Patreon at patreon.com/Can I Steal You for a Minute.